Hey guys, it's Jill. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. Today's video is going to be month one results and weigh-in, and I'm very excited. I'm also going to tell you why I feel like I was so successful this month, and it's going to kind of lead into why I feel like I'm going to be, as long as I continue to use the principles that I used this month, it's gonna take me through this entire weight loss journey. This weight loss journey will be so much easier than any other weight loss journey that I've ever been on before. And it's also going to lead me to successfully take the weight off fully and keep the weight off once I get to my goal weight. So let's go ahead and go in with the weigh-in. This morning, it is February 1st. I weighed in at 307.2, so that scale jumped back down from last week. Well, it was just a few days ago. So I am down a total of 12.8 pounds for the entire month. And that was my first month. So what contributed to this? Obviously, the fact that I lost 8.6 pounds my first week. Like, let's just be honest. Your first month is always going to be higher numbers because, you know, the first start of it is going to be a lot of water weight. It's not really actual fat loss. So you are going to be pulling in some bigger numbers throughout the month, which is exactly what happened. But I'm going to kind of go through some of the things that I felt were key in my success this whole entire month. First of all, I went this whole entire month. I did not binge and I did not emotionally eat. So for 31 full days, I did not run to food for comfort. And that was huge for me. Another thing is changing my mindset. Mindset is going to be key in any kind of situation in your life where you're trying to make changes, because change is uncomfortable. That's why we as humans want to stay in our comfort zone and not change. We might really want change, or we might really look at this life and be like, oh, we really want this life, but are we willing to do the work that's going to, are we willing to do the work that's going to be required to get us to that point in life where we want to be? Most of us give up because it gets too freaking hard. But I'm telling you, if you fight back at that self-doubt, if you fight back at those negative thoughts, if you fight back at your mind and tell it, even if you don't believe it, tell it positive things. Continue to remind yourself that you can do hard things. You've done hard things before. You can do this. And you will feel so much better. My mindset shift around the scale. So one week, as a matter of fact, it was this week, it went up. And I was just like, okay, literally. First time I think ever, probably in my life. Like, probably not really, but really, truly. Like, first of all, I knew it was coming. But second of all, I was just like, it is what it is. It went up. It's okay. It's no big deal because it's gonna go back down. And this is just like whatever. Because there's so many reasons why. And I do know that week I had so much more stress, and I also wasn't sleeping as good. So just that alone has been huge, because my mindset before would be like, oh, I gained weight. Well, let me go really gain weight. And then that would be my excuse and my, like, I relieve you of being able to, like, I relieve you of having to do any more hard work for the rest of however long. Let's just go eat. Not this time. So mindset shift around the kinds of foods I'm choosing to eat. So I chose for myself that I am going to not allow temptation to be in the house. Think about it this way. Would you rather say, like, when you're tempted in the grocery store, so you're going to get groceries, would you rather say no and be tempted that one time and say no that one time? Or would you rather be tempted every single time you open your pantry multiple times a day and have to say no multiple times a day? Why make this harder on yourself than it has to be? Now, I know I'm blessed in the fact that, like, my kids are totally on board. They still get their snacks. They still get their treats. I'm not, just because I am on a different journey than they are does not mean that they're switching how they're eating. However, they're respectful. They're putting the food in their rooms. I don't see it. I don't see them eat it. Sometimes they do eat it around me, and I'm kind of at the point where I'm choosing foods to fuel my body in the way that makes me feel. Like, I have felt so good this month. So really, I'm choosing, also making it a powerful choice. Like, I am choosing to eat this food versus feeling like I have to eat this food. Like, I would really eat that. I would really rather eat this candy, but here I am having to stuck eating this stupid apple. No, I'm choosing to eat this apple because I know this apple is gonna make me feel better than those gummies are gonna make me feel. But sometimes you have to also allow yourself. So this is where balance around food comes in. Sometimes you do need the gummies because it's gonna make your mind feel better. You know what I mean? So for me personally, I told myself, if you ever, cause nothing is off limits. So if I have a craving, first of all, I don't always have to give in to that craving. But when I do give in to that craving, because if it's so strong and it keeps coming and it doesn't go away, then it's like, okay, I need to honor this craving. So I'm gonna go honor it, but I have to go work for it. I will not bring it in the house. I have to go get it. I cannot order it and let someone else come deliver it for me. No, I have to get in my car and go wherever it is I'm craving, whatever it is I'm craving. And I think that mindset shift too is also like, I'm not like I'm gonna work for it, like I'm punishing myself, but it's really like, okay, do I really want it that bad where I have to get, like, maybe you're like in your comfy pajamas or you're just comfortable and you don't want to go out. Do you really want it that bad? And trust me, if I really want it that bad, I will move mountains to go get it. You know what I mean? So I will do that if it gets to the point where I'm like, I need this. Then great, go have it. But you gotta go out and get it. You gotta go out and get it. So no delivery, none of that stuff. So like truly nothing is off limits, but girl, you're gonna have to work for it. And that's another reason why I took temptation out of my house. I took my favorite foods out of my house because when they were here, I was eating them every day just out of habit because it's like, oh, they're here, why not eat it? So I was eating them every single day. But B, when I got feelings and I was like in my feelings, and sorry about outside, like I can't control that and I really need to get this video filmed and edited and up, but I took it out of my house because if it was there, as long as it was there, I was not going to choose to do the hard work over choosing the food. I was gonna choose the food every single time. So even that little mindset shift about, I'm not taking this out of my house to punish myself. I'm taking this out of my house because this is what I need right now in this moment. I need to work through these feelings, and instead of going to food, I need to go to other things. So in that closet, I have replaced my chip box and my goodie box with a box full of things that I can do to distract myself, and just all kinds of stuff are in that box. So that has truly been so incredibly helpful. Another thing is a mind shift around how I'm approaching my relationship with food and healing it, which is kind of what I just went into. Those have been key in my success for this month. Another thing I told myself, you have to, I don't care how you're feeling, I don't care what excuse you may have. My bad, my battery died. But no matter what excuse you may have, no matter what excuse you may try to use that sounds good, I don't care. You have to get in at least 20 minutes of movement every single day. I don't care. I don't care if your knees hurt. I don't care if your back hurts. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if you don't feel like doing it. Go do it. You can do 20 minutes of activity every single day. If you injure your foot, like I remember, if you guys remember, there was this one time, I don't think it was last year, I think it was the year before, but I injured my foot and I was just like, F this, I can't do anything because of this. Okay, if you injure something, you have arms, don't you? Well, you're gonna do an arm workout. And if you have to do arms every single day, then guess what? Fine, you're gonna do arms every day. But you know what else you can do? There's chair workouts. There's so many things that I could do. But do you see the mindset shift? I was like, oh, there's something wrong with my foot. I can't exercise. I'm not going to do this. What if I drop a weight? What if I do this? Like, there were so many excuses that I gave myself. And guess what I sat there for like months on end doing? Moping and eating, because I can't do anything. So if I pull a muscle, guess what? Your arms still work, don't they? As a matter of fact, the Fitness Marshal is now releasing workouts where they show how you can dance in a chair. Y'all know dancing is my favorite. Like, are you kidding me? So there is no effing excuse. As a matter of fact, this last week was so emotionally hard for me. And one day I was just really, really physically and emotionally tired. And I was just like, I don't know that I have this in me. I just don't know that I have this in me. And unknowingly, I pulled up that Fitness Marshal chair workout and I was like, oh, I forgot he has these. And I was like, okay, I tell you what, Jill, you have to, for at least 5 to 10 minutes, do it standing and just do your best. Like, you already know you're not going to be able to give much in this, and that's okay. But we're going to do something, and we have to do it standing first. And then if after like 5-10 minutes you still feel like you need to sit down and you want to do the rest of the workout sitting down, then you can do the last 10 minutes. I think it was like 10 minutes standing, 10 minutes sitting down, so I could split it down the middle. And I did. I was like, I'm just not feeling this. So I did my 10 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sit the rest of these 10 minutes. And it wasn't my best workout by far, but guess what? I am working on mental toughness because I got myself to do it when I really didn't want to. So that has been huge too. I've been talking about working on my relationship with food by keeping myself busy, looking at how I'm approaching my feelings differently, which I have been kind of chronicling that through each of these videos. But I'm also allowing myself to feel feelings, but I'm also not allowing my feelings to dictate my life in the way of, usually before, it's like if I had a night where I really just didn't sleep well and I told myself like, I want to go do this tomorrow, and I had a really rough night's sleep the night before, I would be like, you know what? I'm just going to sit here and just watch TV all day. And I'm not even going to attempt to do anything because I had a really rough day yesterday. I didn't get much sleep. I'm not even going to bother. Well, I had a really rough night's sleep. Like, Sunday was a really, really emotional day. Monday I woke up and that thought hit my head. I know you wanted to go do this. I know you wanted to go do this, but you know what? F it. Let's just do this instead. Let's just drop the kids off at school, come back, and just lay down the whole entire day and do nothing. And I forced myself, and I told myself, I have a tree and I decorated it for Valentine's Day, so I left my Christmas tree up. But I said, you're going to decorate this tree. And I said, if you don't, after this tree, feel good, like you can go read or something. So I decorated the tree. But as I pushed myself to do these more things, like internally, I was still feeling crappy. I was tired. I was emotional. I didn't want to do things, but I kept doing things because I'm making promises to myself and I do not want to break them. I don't want to keep breaking the promises that I'm making to myself. So that has been huge too. I have not been allowing my feelings to control me because, oh my gosh, my feelings controlled me so much. And I have to change that. If I want to be a different person, the person that I want to be is not controlled by her feelings. She is not. So I have to work on being that person, even if it's just taking those little steps like I did on Monday. Like, you can do the tree, and then the tree led to something else, and then that something else led to something else. And I think eventually, no, I stayed busy the whole entire day. So I'm really proud of myself for that. So yeah, if I want to go somewhere, I tell myself, like, this is another thing too. So like for instance, if I want to go somewhere and I'm just like, oh, I can't even picture going there right now. I tell myself, just go, get in the car, get there. And you can leave at any time. At any point, even if you get 5 minutes down the road and you don't even think you can make it to your destination, I will give you permission to turn around. However, you have to try. You have to get up. You have to get ready. You have to put yourself first, and you have to keep these promises to yourself. But if you really are feeling like, I just can't do this, like I just can't, because there will be days where I feel like that. And that's okay too. But like when you let yourself every single day, girl, no, you can't do that. So just not allowing feelings and like going off of feelings alone. I'm not doing that. I didn't do that this month, and I'm going to continue to work on that every single month. So all of these things, by the way, that I'm telling you that were reasons why I was successful this month, these are things that I'm taking in to February with me. And there are things that I'm going to take into March and April and really the rest of my life, because I don't want to be the same person that I was. Like I made this pact with myself. It's like, do you want to be this way? Because if you are, then fine, stay this way. But you know what you have to stop doing? You have to stop complaining about it. You have to stop complaining about the fact that you don't have a man. You have to stop complaining about the fact that you don't have friends. You have to stop complaining about the fact that you're like in this financial struggle. You have to stop complaining about the fact that you're overweight and you can't move and you can't do this and you can't do that. You have to stop complaining about it. Because if you're truly not going to do anything about it, don't talk about it. Just be content with the life, because that's fine. If you want to be that way, that's fine. But you know yourself so well that you know you would not be content. You would complain. You would sit there and look at yourself in the mirror, hating yourself every single day. So why don't we take these small steps to do what we know we need to do to become the person we want to become, and we know that we were made to be. Because I know I was not, oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry. I know I did not do all of the things that I did to end up just giving up. I did not leave my ex-husband and leave that relationship just so I could give up. No. I'm not doing that. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to have a man who will love me and honor me and cherish me and respect me. I deserve to have friends who listen and want to hang out with me and want to love me the way that I know that I deserve to be loved and will respect my boundaries. I know I deserve to live in a body that I love and to treat it with kindness and respect. And that's another key thing that I didn't even mention, is talking kindly to myself. We're stopping this bullshit of you're not anything, you're not worthy, you're not this, you're not that, you're fat, you're ugly, you're invisible, no one wants you, no one likes you. We are stopping that. We are being kind and gentle with ourselves. And that is something that has also been freaking huge in my success. When you are kind to yourself and you start doing stuff on purpose with intention to make yourself feel good, it is such a game changer, and it makes you want to keep going because you're feeling good. Something else I learned this month is that food is not the only thing that can make me feel good. There are other things in this world that I can do for myself that will make me feel good. I don't have to just turn to food. So that was something too in December, like the last week of December, I built this whole entire, with intention, built this entire box full of stuff that I can do and ideas of things that I can do. And it wasn't just like a couple of ideas. That thing is chock full of stuff. This month, I didn't even touch half of the stuff because I found other things that I enjoy. But there will be a time where I have done all of the things and I'm like, holy crap, I need to go try something else. I need to go try something else that I enjoy. So that thing is right there ready for me whenever I need it. And it's setting myself up for success. That's another thing I've been doing, is meal prepping and meal planning. My nutritionist has given me a meal plan. It takes a really long time and it can sometimes feel really inconvenient, but you know what? I like to meal plan in advance, or meal plan in advance for the entire week. So that way I know I don't have to think about what I'm eating. It's already there. It's already there in my calorie counter for me. And the reason why I'm doing the calorie counter is because I don't want to have to go around with, where's my notebook? No, like it's just easier to have it in my phone. So it is what it is. Because I know some of you might say, well, I thought that you weren't supposed to be counting calories. I'm not, but I am. And I'm still using, but I'm using the principles of intuitive eating. So I'm stopping when I'm full, trying to leave food on my plate if I'm not hungry, not eating when I'm not hungry, just like all of the principles behind intuitive eating. I am, the things that I learned last year, I am using that with still counting calories. And I'm okay with that. I'm completely comfortable with that. And, this is my journey, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, so another thing is a bingo card. I created a bingo card, and I created a bingo card for the next 3 months. And each of those are similar, but also some of the spaces are different. And what this is gonna do is just help me to continue to work on myself. So for January, I have a whole video on this. I don't think it's going to be up by the time you guys see this, but I will link it down below in the description box for you guys to go see, because this, I think, is so crucial. Because, for instance, there's a dress up solo night date in that I did. And you think like, oh, like, what is that really going to do? Like, you dress up, like you do this for yourself, you have like a dinner or whatever. No, like I romanticized the hell out of that night, and I woke up the next morning feeling so refreshed with so much energy. I was like, that was pretty amazing. And I actually thoroughly enjoyed myself, my company. I don't like to eat alone, and I ate alone. It's all in the video, but I dressed up. I put my extensions in. My hair was done all nice. I had my makeup like super glammed out. Like I was literally like I was gonna do that and go out somewhere. I did it for myself in my house. And I just threw a dinner together. It wasn't anything fancy or special, but I put my water in a wine glass, and then I literally took my green smoothie and I put it in a martini glass, and I had music going, and I was just like, at first, like when I went into this day, I really thought that I was going to just be so bored. Like, I hate eating alone. Like I was like, I'm gonna be on my phone, and I didn't want to do that. Like I really wanted to enjoy my own company. So I put on the music, I was enjoying that. Like the time just flew, and before I knew it, I was done eating, and I was like, oh damn, I like really enjoyed that. And I'm feeling all pretty, and I know I look good. Like I loved my outfit, and it was just so much fun. And so after that, I put the dishes up and everything, and put everything away. And then I was like, all right, it's time to watch a movie. My favorite movie is Dirty Dancing. I had actually just watched it like a couple of days before, but I was like, we're watching it again. I love it. And I was like enjoying it. Like I was excited for it. I made myself some popcorn. I sat on the couch and watched the movie, and I thoroughly enjoyed that evening so much. So other things are no social media for 24 hours. I went to a church event. I made a friend. I paid off a credit card. I worked out 25 times. I read a book. I volunteered. Went for a walk at a park. I took a nap. I tried a new hairstyle. So these are just like a bunch of different things. Bought myself flowers, a bunch of different things. Some of them harder than the other, but like I didn't want everything to be like super uncomfortable or super hard. But like a lot of focus on self-love, a lot of focus on alone time, a lot of focus on getting to know myself more, but also some focus on like getting in my workouts and posting more on TikTok. So like growing my business and stuff. So for February, we have things like decluttering my bathroom, because that so needs to be done. But we're doing another self-care evening at home. We're doing a solo date out with no spending money. So we got to get creative, girl. We've got to figure out ways to do things that are not what you would normally think of as a date, which is always spending money. So what are we going to do? Because we are financially right now, we're trying to get our finances in order. We're trying not to be financially struggling anymore. So we just don't have a whole lot of extra money to spend, but that doesn't mean you can't still go and enjoy life and go out there and do things. So Anyways, I have a lot of different things on here. I have videos on these and I'm going to do them every single month. So if you guys want to see that, I have it over on Miss Green Eyes. So make sure you're subscribed to me over there if you aren't already. But I filled up my whole entire bingo card for the month of January. And that made me feel really good too. Just the aspect of like making a goal, writing it down, and then marking it off as I did it was so huge in how I feel and how I felt as I was doing it. It's just, you have that feeling of accomplishment. And for so long, especially last year, it's like, why am I here? What is my purpose? I have no purpose. I'm this and I'm that, and I'm just not content in my life. And so doing something like this and like something to look forward to, it's like, oh, cool. But then also to visually see, like, this is what I said I wanted to do. I took the time, I did it, and now I get to visually like put a sticker on there, like put a star on there, because I am a star. It just really made me feel really good. So that was another thing that I feel led to my success. And then also, I'm gonna end it with this, just being honest with myself. So there are times where you have to call yourself out on your own bullshit. Hey, it's editing, Jill. So another way that I thought about that I was lying to myself was so for instance, I personally feel that whenever I do try-ons or changing clothes, or if I'm going to the mall and I'm getting in steps, or just sometimes if I was like getting in steps that wasn't an actual workout, I would count it as a workout. And I will still do that like all through this month. There were days where I'm like, oh, you're gonna be doing this, so you can count that as a workout. And I told myself no, because you are lying to yourself. That is NEAT movement. And you need to work on getting your NEAT movement up throughout the day. That does not count as a workout. And I was kind of lying to myself, not taking away the fact that I completed multiple, like I did a 75 hard and I also did a 75. I didn't do that at all when I was doing 75 hard. But I think the last 75 soft, I was kind of like getting a little lenient with myself. And I was like, oh, you know, this is a workout and it's a lot of hard work. So, and you're moving a lot too. So just count that as a workout, because technically, I mean, you guys can go on my TikTok and see like, oh, I did this and I did this. And so I counted that as my workout. And I have people come back, you really think that's a workout? It kind of is for me, because even my Apple Watch will like be like, hey, you're like working out or whatever. However, to me, that's not the promise that I made myself. I don't know how many times this month I was trying to make the excuse and lie to myself and say, oh, count this as your workout. And I said, no, ma'am, that is NEAT movement. And you need to work on that too, because it all matters. As a matter of fact, I think your NEAT movement is more important and more of a successor than your exercises. So you need to do it, but you also still need to get in those workouts too. And that has also been helping to build the mental toughness and the strength. Okay, let's get back to the video. So it's really just about changing your mindset and going about this in a different way. I don't feel in any way I'm depriving myself. I also don't feel like I went from 0 to 1,000 automatically, like overnight. And with these bingo cards, for instance, every single month, they're going to get a little bit harder. They're going to get a little bit harder, a little bit harder every single month. So for the first month, it was uncomfortable. Some of the things were uncomfortable, but next month, they're going to be a little bit more uncomfortable. And then the next month, they're like this month for February, I have to go live on TikTok. I don't want to go live on TikTok. I don't want to do it. So these are the reasons why I feel like I was so successful in my weight loss journey and in my healing journey for the month of January 2024. And this is why I also feel like each month, as long as I keep doing these things and then keep adding on to the discomfort level, because eventually some of these things I have on the bingo card or some of these things I have as goals, they're going to be comfortable for me. It's going to be like, oh, that's no big thing. But I'm going to keep making them harder and harder and harder and challenging myself. But here's the thing. I'm not going from just completely doing this to being like, oh, you need to be over here. No, we're not doing that either, because again, it's all about being kind and gentle and realistic here. And realistic, we have to be realistic with ourselves. And just in trying to enjoy this journey. But every single month, I'm going to continue to challenge myself. And I'm going to continue to do all of the things that I talked about with, you know, healing my relationship with food and doing the work to do that and all of the stuff. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe if you are new here, and click the notification bell if you haven't yet, so you guys are always notified of every single upload. Make sure you leave me a comment down below in the comment section. I love you guys so much. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Let me know how you guys are doing on your journey. Do you also feel like I walked into this year? No, it was like the end of December when I was getting my little tool, I call it my toolbox. When I was getting my toolbox together, I was like, 2024 is going to be my year for so many things, but especially weight loss, and especially fixing my relationship with food, where I no longer have fear around food. And that is going to be so much freaking freedom. So I cannot wait to see how this year pans out and all of the things that I continue to accomplish and how I continue to get out of my comfort zone. And I can't wait for you guys to be on this journey with me as well. So thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for your support. I want to give a huge shout out to whoever it was that gave me a super thanks. Girl, you literally had me in tears. I'm trying to pull it up right now and YouTube is acting silly and they won't let me, but I did reply to your comment. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate it so very much. You guys don't ever have to do that, but if you do want to support, that is a way you can. That was huge. That made me feel so loved, and like what I'm doing here is actually making a difference. And I just want to thank you so, so, so much. I appreciate you guys. Have an amazing day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.